Welcome to Hangman Tarot. We're going to get started here with our celebrity tarot card reading. We're going to get into a reading with the one and the only and the disgusting Sean Pitty Diddy Combs. Whatever his name is. I'm not super impressed by doing this reading, but it would be a good read. So I said yes to it, and I was like, let's just try this. Go ahead and get into this. Please go ahead, hit subscribe, do all the things that you need to do to make sure that you are keeping up with Hangman Tarot. Share, like, follow, and share with your family and let your friends know, especially if you really enjoy this channel. Go check out all your love readings, also in your general readings for every month as well. Making sure if you have any requests for celebrities, bear with me. I have a life, but I do enjoy this so much that I will get to it as soon as I can. And if I don't get to it, it's because I don't want to do it. Okay, I just don't want to do it. Okay, let's get into his birth chart. Okay. So I'm going to read a little bit about this gentleman. We all know who he is, and I don't need to, nationally label who this person is because we know who this man is. Everybody knows who Sean Pitty. Why can I not say his name right? Probably because he's changed it way too many times. So Puff, we're going to call him Puff Daddy today, okay? Because he doesn't like that. And so I want to do everything possible that he doesn't like at this point. Let's get into it. So let's find out a little bit about his horoscope real quick, and then I'm going to go into some details about why we are not fans here at Hangman Tarot of Sean Pitty Diddy Combs. So Puff Daddy was born November 4th, 1969, and he is Sun sign Scorpio. He was born in New York City, United States. Life path of 4. He is 54 years old. He's a singer, actor, all of the things. Designer, businessman. We all know. We don't need to get further into that. Yeah, so his moon. Didn't know. Oh. Sun sign Scorpio. Okay, so I'm going to get into kind of what is going on, why everybody finds him so disturbing. Okay. So, Diddy allegations, according to RollingStone.com, are not actually entertainment. Okay, they're very disturbing. And the right response to the mounting accusations against the bad boy founder could and should be empathy for the victims, not mockery. Okay, so on February 27th, producer Rodney Lil Rod Jones filed a $30 million civil suit against Sean Diddy Combs, alleging the hip-hop mogul of sexual misconduct and a host of other illegal activities. It's a fifth lawsuit against him, and this is of sexual misconduct and the host of other issues. The original kind of thing that came out, we went over already, was with the Cassie Ventura. She filed a suit last November, kind of accusing him of several misdeeds, including sexual activity, obviously, physical abuse, and sex trafficking. So the alleging pattern of criminal wrongdoings concealed by his power and resources have marred Combs' reputation. So basically, he was subject to mistreatment. A person that had come out actually was subject to his mistreatment, and this included various manner, holding parties where underage girls were, sexually coercing him into various manners, and holding parties where that was kind of the attendance of the situation. So anything that he did was being accused of him kind of having guns and bragging about getting away with shooting people, and kind of living up to this powerful connection in a very threatening manner. So, and they kind of keep saying shit like, Sean will be Sean. Or, he's a guy. Guys will be guys. Stop. Okay, stop. We all know what that is. Stop it. The elements of this lawsuit have been under scrutiny due to adult film star D'Angelo Knockout Marquise claiming that the video still portrays or perpetuates in the lawsuit to be of producer Stevie J, and they're actually video stills from one of his scenes. So he alleged that Combs forced him to cover up a shooting that occurred inside a bathroom at LA Chalice Studios. So it was reported that 2 people were charged for the shooting, and that is an occurrence outside of the studio as well. So again, he's a dirty dog. I'm not even gonna insult the animals out there. I'm not gonna call him an animal, okay? Because animals are of nature, okay, and they exist in that way, and they do things and they abide by the laws of it. So this man is more of a Titanic. Anybody who's on it will definitely sink with him, and he is serving to be somewhat of an ass. Very creepy man, okay? These allegations are extremely serious, and it kind of creates, a little bit of, an issue inside of my head. I guess I feel like everything's very loud when it comes to this person. And it's just, I feel like we should even be wondering about his mental health at this point, due to these allegations. This is just crazy. So, on another note, just kind of quoting a little bit here in Rolling Stone, most sexual violence survivors do not find justice. And the bottom line here is finding justice for the women that have been dealing with this specific type of Titanic. And the documentary based on this is not created in the means of entertainment, and neither was probably that other one, that other rapper. It was in the means of, courting justice of some kind. So any unheard girls turned women had no choice but to combine their stories into kind of an undeniable full chronicle. Their bravery was definitely all of our shame, and the reflection of dismissal that they have faced over and over by so many vessels of the public is very uncomfortable. So we should not be clamoring or glamorizing this situation. I want everyone to understand that this is something that these people are going through, and that, again, they are victims of some sort of sexual assault or abuse, and shouldn't be hidden anymore. They shouldn't have to deal with it. They shouldn't hide from it no more. Okay, let's talk about this. Okay, let's get into this reading. Finally. Yay, yay, yay. I'm super excited. I don't know why. This is terrifying. Oh, okay. Here we go. Here we go. Let's find out all about this celebrity. Lots of action, lots of speed behind this guy, of course. Lots of support and safety behind him and his financials. Work-wise, there's nothing to be worried about, I guess. So any kind of energy that goes behind what he does, he definitely is able to look back at the work, and he reaps those rewards, okay? Now, this is definitely dealing with financials or work as far as this celebrity, and anything influencing that is because he literally is just kind of in this place where he was able to celebrate his creations, his willpower, and what the actions of, the abundance and the potential that all went into this, and the things that he does and he pushes, and he just, he's a showsman, and he has all this power and this courage. It's like, that's this force, this power behind him, and there is power behind him. Even if, we're not secure in these efforts, he had a lot of security in his own efforts, and there's rewards for that, and those things do pay off. And he still has potential. There's still potential blooming here. And it's like the power that I feel almost just kind of took over who this person was, or maybe he's always been a demon. I'm not quite sure. There is an indication that, again, there is something that he ties himself to as far as the devil card coming up. That was coming up. You knew that was coming. You knew that was coming to the tea party, so don't stop. Don't play with me. Anything he tries to avoid here is the fact that he doesn't go away from the things he ties himself to that are dangerous, or the things that he, aren't as supportive in a good means. I feel like he ties himself to the temptations, and he's okay with that. He's okay with being tied to the things that might, be traumas for other people. He ties himself, to all of the grossest pleasures in the world. Anything that really puts him into an addiction, he doesn't care. He's in it. He's tied to it. He's fine with it. That's where he's at. That's where he sits, and he ties himself constantly and goes back and forth to it. And he'll tie other people to it also. Just indicating, making sure that there's things that are tying him down into these addictions. The addictions are here. That is clear. It doesn't take away from the fact of what he is or was. Let's move into a challenge that was in a past situation. Chariot. Ooh. You have a broken heart. I feel like there's a broken heart here. This shit sure keeps coming up, though. I feel like there was definitely a lot of action, a lot of balance in some sort of relationship that was in his past. And I feel like it came in fierce. It had a lot of strength, a lot of power behind it. It was almost as if he could put that energy behind him. It was successful constantly. This person, however, influenced his life in a place where he thought that this person was probably his truest love, okay? And he probably had to make a decision to be with this person in some sort of way. I don't know if this person so much wanted to be with him, almost like that this person was bound to him. And this could have had something to do with the fact that it was not spiritual. It was not a karmic connection. It could have been karmic for the both of them. Obviously, you can learn, and you're supposed to be, on your path and kind of confronting certain things, and that, builds you into what it is that you do later. But I do feel like that this person was kind of tied into the situation and was not like really having it. Because if, there's a reflection onto the past or a past current, certain situation that was really difficult for him to get through, it was the fact that this person definitely did not choose him and walked away. So this person walked away, and it's almost like he thought she was going to just not say anything or wasn't going to talk about it. But it's like, that's how she could not get out of her fog or, that unclear mind unless she was able to unbind herself from these truths that were not said. Okay, so she did bind herself to a lot of things, and a lot of it very much affected her in the mind. It made so that communication was difficult, and I feel like by the end of this, it felt more fair and structured than it did before. So there was a point where this person did finally communicate a message that maybe we were not expecting. And this communication came out with a lot of action behind it and a lot to, kind of look over. Anything that is going on presently is for sure. There's for sure a tower moment here. That doesn't surprise me, because you fuck up big like this, you are going to have some tower moments. You are going to have some moments where things are so chaotic that you feel like everything is kind of flying by you and everything is falling apart and everything's burning to the ground. And you're going to feel it right here. You're going to feel it in the fucking heart, because everybody else that has had to deal with your pain in the ass would have had to fucking feel it right in the fucking heart. Not like that would do much, because there's probably not much of a heart going on there. I just feel like a king has been thrown from his throne, only again because he didn't really fucking belong there. Okay. Sorry, I feel a little angry about this. I'm getting a little angry. I feel like anything really surrounding this huge moment of crisis, of transition or shifting some sort of point of view or perception, is definitely happening due to anything that has, goes behind, some sort of an offering of action, something intentional, something he desired. So whatever this option was, whatever he put out there as an option, was something only he desired. It was very much about what he wanted in the situation. And anything kind of revolving around it looked like love. But there was a huge emotional block, and that was a lie. So however he brought this in, what made it look like it was love, or made it look like a different thing than what it was. And the tower moment always reveals what the fuck it was, right? When everything falls apart, everything comes crashing down, the truth will be right there. It doesn't matter where you think the light is, because the light knows where it belongs. You fucking piece of dirt. It's been a day. Let me tell you, honey. It's been a day. All right. How does he feel about himself? He thinks he's amazing. No, I'm kidding. I don't know. Let's find out, though. Okay, so he feels as if he is in a place of hard time. He's feeling stubborn. He's feeling like he's in this very uncomfortable place that's lacking any security, except for the fact that this person he's very hungry for money. He's very greedy in all the ways, especially physical for physical. So he's physically wanting things all the time, whether it's materials or, you know, the booty he's not supposed to have, but he takes it anyway. Like, Jesus, calm down, sir. Like, there's room for everybody to have a piece of the physical pie. Like, calm down. Just maybe, like, make sure that they like you and want to be around you first. Probably shouldn't just take it. Okay, so I do think anything revolving around why he feels this way is because there is some sort of a connection of some kind. Connection of love or something that was celebrated, and I feel like this love was not for him. This love was probably for you and for me and for all the other women out there who were not heard. So these connections or this bringing of people together, and this is a thoughtful connection. It's very emotional. There's a lot of love invested in here, and it's not of the physical world. It's very creative. It's very much a part of the heart, and I feel like this connection or whatever, you know, came together as far as, you know, creating some sort of a ring of love. It's definitely having to do with why he's feeling, you know, this very uncomfortable, unsafe space. You should feel like you're having a hard time. You're an asshole. Okay, so bottom line with that situation on how he's feeling about himself is the mere fact, again, he's feeling like he's kind of alone and isolated in the situation. Maybe even up at night crying. Or maybe you're up at night worried because you're an asshole. I'm sorry, if you cause a bunch of shit and you are up at night worried about it and like you definitely did it and you definitely caused that unsafe feeling, I'm just sorry. I just feel like you steal a lot of things from other people when you take away from them the things they said don't take away from. Don't take this from me, and you still took it. You deserve to be up at night not sleeping. I hope that your bed is uncomfortable. Okay, moving forward. Moving into any outcome, I think any outcome here is that the value system or the traditional system, in a sense, there's going to be strength in numbers, okay? Especially when you bring the proof to the table or to the, you know, some sort of, you know, if they're going to court or whatever. I mean, if you come in numbers or you're showing up and you have receipts and you come to this huge tea party with all this, you're going to come into a place where you have strength. You have courage. You have a deep inner wisdom. You have all of this behind you, this eternal willpower. And I feel like it's the most beautiful in a place where things were not so traditional. Where it felt not so, I don't know, it just felt like there was bending rules. Somebody was bending the rules, and now they can't. So when you bend the fucking rules and people come at you and they bring, you know, this connection of love and these people and numbers start piling up and they all march in, I mean, things are going to go downtown, okay? That's just how it runs. So any outcome here, bottom line, is that this choice or this direction, it's going to have freedom at the end. It's going to have some sort of calling. I feel like it's definitely going to have some sort of bond for the rest of the world, and not just for the world. I mean, this is super ambitious. This is super open. This is going to be an adventure, but this is going to be very freeing for a lot of people. But I think this direction, this movement, again, it has a lot of action. Okay, lastly, this is going to end a cycle that was really, really hard to walk through. It was almost like this cycle, people would walk through this moment or whatever this was he was a part of affecting all these people. They would walk up a hill and they would just slide right back down because nobody understood what was pushing their ambition to figure this out, to clear their name, to get into a place where they were finding completion. So this completion is going to be the ending of the cycle. This bullshit, nasty cycle, okay? And believe me, there's going to be balance. There's going to be some sort of savior, okay? It's going to be free-flowing. It's going to be receptive in a beautiful give and take, and it's going to be very natural. And I feel like it's going to come with a very positive fire. I can't stop reading about it. I really can't. It's beautiful. Beautiful. Not for him, though. His direction has put him in a place where he's not going to be able to choose a direction. So the decisions that he made based off of his addictions or the things he's tied himself to, and he just was like, I don't fucking care. It's how I live. It's how I want to live. I just don't care. This will put him in a place where he doesn't get to choose the next places he goes, okay? Because it's going to get much uglier, especially, you know, him coming from like thinking, you know, oh, you know, I'm totally fine with doing all this. Yeah, you're not going to be when you get to the place you're going. That ain't going to be fun. Well, maybe it will be for you. I don't know. I don't really know what it is that he vibes on, but I do know that it's both, so maybe he will like it. I don't know. Again, you just don't really know. But I do feel like he's going to be blind to it for fucking ever. He's never going to get to a point of, oh, I see so clearly now. I'm so sorry. That's never going to be the communication or the message that he delivers. It will never be that. It will always be some sort of block, some sort of, you know, protecting himself from what it really is that he's done, whatever he's done. And for all of those who have been honestly touched by this situation, or humanly or physically touched by this situation, my condolences, and I am so sorry, and this is an awful fucking thing. Okay, I'm gonna get out of here. Let me get into a different reading, something a little bit more cheerful. I knew I would get nasty. I knew I was gonna get dramatic. I knew I was gonna get sassy. I gotta get out of here. Please go ahead, hit subscribe, do all the things. And again, remember, my name is Jordan. I am Hangman Tarot. Please hit subscribe so you do not miss out on your future celebrity readings, love readings, or your monthly reading. See you soon. Bye.